Hello, my lovelies. I just got a potentially upsetting pop-up. Oh gosh. They just did a big update and they have changed a lot. Okay. I'm gonna look at these side quests. I need to talk to the Litki, and I need to talk to the Gravekeeper, and I need to get rid of the rest of the words. Why is it always words? I need to get rid of the last of the deer stands, because I know I didn't destroy them all, which reminds me. Okay, so this deer stand was always gone. Now, let's go get our reward for destroying the scarecrows. So we've talked about how Baba Yaga started off as some kind of proto-death deity. And then we talked about how she evolved into fairy tales. And now we're getting on into the modern era. And in the 20th century, in the 19th century, after she's been fairy tales and the like, there's almost no talk of her outside of Russia. My flock told me what you did. You are a friend to our feathered fellows indeed. Here, take this as thanks, bird girl. Oh, Black Raven's coat. Thank you so much, Tosia. I don't know. We like our vest. We'll see how this goes. Okay. Let's look at the map. I'm going to get these last two deer stands. And I'm going to talk to the Lutki, which is like next on our way to the deer stands. Because I think we still have one deer stand we still have to get. So she... basically from the formation of the Soviet Union until its collapse, she becomes really popular in like Soviet Russia in terms of like early television. What do you mean I don't have raspberries? I'm gonna go berry picking then. Drop everything, I need berries to befriend small creatures. Yeah, they just did a really big update, and so we've got to be like on our lookout. Oh, this looks like the wheat we can gather, but I guess it's not. So we have this whole thing where she goes from being pan-Slavic to being exclusively Russian. Okay, so we got that deer stand as well. We're not going in the mist toward the big tree yet. This whole game has been rotten with berry bushes, and now I can't find any when I'm looking for them. But she does start appearing in new media. She starts appearing in Soviet TV and movies, which is hard to know the specifics of, because one, that wasn't something that it wasn't recorded. Like they're almost lost media between the fact that like people weren't like, everything today has a Wikipedia page. But between the fact that the Soviet Union isolated itself so much, and that it, I need berries. How are there no berries in this frickin' forest? There just isn't any record of what these shows are. And, like, you can find out a little bit through, like, word of mouth. Like, one of the papers I'm reading talks about how they've been in discussion with like people, and how people have like fond memories of these shows, but these aren't something that's like written down anywhere. They don't have Wikipedia pages. Like, this isn't like common knowledge that you can just look up. So in a Russian television show, as best as I've been able to find, she kind of exists in the same space that she existed in fairy tales where she might be the boogeyman. She might be the only person who knows what happened to your lost wife. She might be looking to pop you in the stew pot. She might be the person who has the last ingredient to the potion of immortality. And you don't really have a way to know that. Where are berries? Okay. There was a pop-up in the update about people having issues with this map. I might reload. And if I can't find some berries, like... They said it is possible that you might have to start over. And I really don't want to. But if I have to, I will start over and replay it to this point as best I can. And, like, you won't have to watch me replay this. But if I have to replay this, I will replay this. Oh. Finally, you have come. You are welcome here. Many are not. See for yourself what has become of these woods. My children have been cut down, crushed. See the scars that have been left on this earth. I will be waiting deeper in the mist if you wish to pledge yourself to righting this wrong, young human. I absolutely am. But I gotta find some stinking berries. I gotta talk to the Lutki. We're just not gonna go any closer to that tree. And we'll keep a better eye on our map. There's the village. How are there no berries and no wheat? Because we haven't seen any wild wheat either. This is heckin' vexing. Because I also wanted to buy the rest of the salt and the flour. How can I befriend the deer and the Lutke without berries? This is a travesty. I'm offended. I don't know what to do. I might have to start over, guys. But while we are working through that, so the Soviet Union, okay, so in the Soviet Union, as best as we can tell through word of mouth and like nostalgia, Baba Yaga occupies the same place she did in fairy tales, where she is just as likely to be in the position of a helpful person you have to be cautious of, as a she might be helpful, she might be harmful. Treat her with caution and respect. I wonder if this place is of some significance. Perhaps I'll find out in time. But then, in 91, the Soviet Union falls. And there is this big wash of media traveling in both directions from the Soviet Union into the world and vice versa, as the Soviet Union comes apart and becomes the different countries that it has been since, regardless of Putin's ambitions. And so Baba Yaga is kind of this free and clear, or Baba Yaga is kind of this free and clear thing to use however you need her. Because while she is, because of that time of isolation, she is considered, pure Russian now. She started off as Pan-Slavic. And there's this fabulous space that she occupies where, because she has existed for so hecking long, she is able to be what you need her to be without offending people. Like, sure, when she came to first start being in, like, Western shows, like, there's a book that she's in as a side character where she references modern things like Cheerios, and apparently that like, not offended, like they were like, clutching their pearls. They were just a little bit like, that's not Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga wouldn't eat Cheerios. They just don't understand Baba Yaga. Okay, this is where we found the bug collection thingy. I am not seeing so much as a single berry, nor a single wild stalk of wheat. Did they make fewer forageables? Why would they make the game harder in an update? No, I really liked our chicken hut, but it looks like if I can't find berries, and I've now run a circuit. Okay, I'm gonna go back to our chicken hut. You know, I'm gonna use our mabobber. Okay, we're at our own front door. Hut, I need you to sit down. Thank you, my love. You are so beautiful and I love you. This is not where I parked my house. We were on land before. Oh, this is unfortunate. Like, our map is the same, but the way things have generated in it is different. And when I logged in, there was a message that it might have farked up this map. Okay. So, yeah. I am going to start over. So when we come back, our hut is probably going to look quite different. We'll be on a slightly different map, but we will be at the same place in the Leshy quest. So I'm going to write this down. Where is my writing down stuff? I cleaned my desk and now I can't find a thing. Stay messy. It leaves things where you can see them. Either way, I'm going to write down what side quests we still have to do, which is finishing off the Smiling Hive. And we need to finish the Smiling Hive quest. And I think that was it because we turned in... Yeah, we finished A Feast for Crows. So our only remaining side quest was the Smiling Hive. And we have made it to the special tree, but we haven't interacted with it yet. So that is where we are at. I will play for however long it takes. And I will be back to you and we will talk about Baba Yaga after the fall of the Soviet Union. I am so sorry, guys. I am so sorry. Oh my gosh, we're finally back. Alright, so I have gone through, I have done all of the quests except for, I do need to turn in, breaking the scarecrows for the grave tender. Alright, let me shuffle my quests so I can find things easier. Alright, and then we were right where we were, so we're gonna go talk to the Lutke first, because they are right here. Our map looks a little bit different, but we need to talk to the Lutke here, and we need to stop at the grave tender's cottage. Our outfit looks a little different, our house looks a little different. I no doubt we look a little different because, you know, my memory is exactly perfect of what my settings were on, like, hair color and things. But like, I could not resist this lovely lavender coat, and Baba Yaga gave us a new dress, and I couldn't resist. I am who I am. I found some Lutke stuck in log piles in the village. I've told them once, I've told them twice, do not approach the men. But many are such silly twigs. There's more got stuck again. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna look at the text of this quest. I found the Lutke worshipping the beekeeper is missing. Huh. I wonder if something's glitched. Because I did the beekeeper quest. We know that this is her missing hive. We know that the Lutke are praying to it. comes the wild witchy child. Alright. Let's turn in the ravens and let's turn in the broken scarecrows to the gravekeeper. And we want to go almost due south. There's so much stuff that's to the south. Alright. And, oh my gosh, from this new update, there's new harvestables. I've been finding wolfsbane and fly agaric mushrooms in the woods. Which, everybody knows what a fly agaric looks like because they're the Mario mushrooms. Which I was utterly tickled by. Oh, I did want to touch on something. When I went looking, because the Leshy, when I researched them, I found old men looking creatures with moss and sorry, just seeing if something was going on there. I found old man looking creatures with like moss beards and the like. And so when I continued digging, it looks like the deer with the skull face that they gave him here seems to be going mostly off of how the Leshy enemy creature is used in the Witcher game, which is based off of a really effed up depiction of a Native American folk creature. And it's even more effed up because I'm not going to say its name because you strictly don't speak its name. Like, if you look at it, everybody knows what this creature is, but I'm going to be respectful of the customs of the indigenous people to whom it is related. But it is a person who has starved so much that they're no longer a person anymore and they become something cannibalistic. Ooh, I got a coat. Thank you, Tosia. I don't have a stove this time, but I have a prettier bed. So what's this map marking? But anyway, so I wonder if this place has some significance. Perhaps I'll find out in time. I start to question that because of what I'm pretty sure that is linked to. Okay. I need to go northwest. So there's west, there's north. I need to go this way. For some reason, somebody got a hold of the name of this creature and started putting it everywhere in pop culture as a monster. And this is actually, like, really upsetting to indigenous populations from what I can find. And it's like, you're not supposed to say this thing's name. You're not supposed to describe it. But it is just a person who has become something monstrous that is no longer human. And it is like the personification of the deprivation of winter. And it's just so strange to me that it has become so ubiquitous so fast. But as far as I can tell, the Leshy being depicted in this way, which isn't he stunning? Like, that is glorious. Like, he looks amazing, but he's depicted off of it. He seems to be inspired by a video game depiction of a North American, Native American creature that was perverted by Western media. And holy cow, was that a long, like, weird road for him to travel. I'm gonna look around in the mist while I can, and oh, Yaroslav, hey, what's wrong with you? You know, the mist kicked us out. Did the mist kick this? Like, trying to make sure I didn't miss, like, quest anchors and such. that the voice? Where are you? It's this Yaroslav. It's the same man's name. If this guy's name is Yaroslav. Anatoly. Okay, so there's just 2 Yaroslavs. 3 logs cart, always the 3 logs cart, always the same 3 logs cart. All right, let's talk to the Leishi. Do you see now what humans have done? How much they have destroyed? You have proven your loyalty to the forest. Now let's see whether you can truly act upon it. No more harm must befall these lands, or they may not recover. For every death must bring new life. That is the cycle. Such are the laws of nature. Restoring this balance is your trial, young human, and you will not leave until it is completed. I have faith that you will make better choices than those who came before you. Why is this tree special? This tree is an ancient larch. It has stood here for centuries. It has seen the passing of time, the rise and fall of these lands and all those who dwell upon it. Every branch, every leaf contains the memories of the oldest wisdoms. Each crease in its bark is a memory of the earth that was, is, and will be. It cannot be replaced. It is the beating heart of the forest. Once it was revered by forest dwellers and humans alike, but they have lost their connection to nature. They believe themselves to be above it, masters of it. Ha! Arrogant fools. All they care about is harvesting it for wood, ignorant of the power and wisdom it holds. You may continue. Okay. They were cutting... I'm going to be putting something in the blood sap. Okay, there is something sparkly up there. Okay. Large cone. Okay. So I need to collect the... I need to collect the cones from the larch. Where did the cones of the larch? Oh, they're up here. Seeds brimming with new life, combined with the power and wisdom of the ancients. Now do what must be done to restore the balance. Enchanted large cone. Blessed in the sap of an ancient tree, these cones rapidly grow trees when in contact with soil. Are they a new item? Aha! You feel that? The forest is healing. This is the right path. Walk on and soothe. Leaf and branch? Forest is healing. Just a little more. I'm trying to like spread it out over this whole zone. You did well. Return to me. Very well. Your trial is completed. You have proven to be capable. Believe me, this is a feat seldom reached by humans. I know why you came, your real purpose. You cannot hide it from me. You seek my permission to harvest wood from the forests. It shall be granted, but you are to keep the balance. Quell your greed, like those who came before you could not. On your journey, you may find similar trees to repeat this ritual. For each life of a tree you take, a new one must be planted. That is the price. Go to the circle, and you may receive my blessing. Oh, cool. Oh, that's fabulous. With this blessing, I have granted you the power and my permission to fell trees. It is channeled by your birds, send them towards a tree, and it is unleashed. Remember to use this power wisely. You will be held accountable for your actions. If you stray from the path of balance, I will... Oh no, it's her. You again? Again. It's been 20 years. 25 by my reckoning, Leshy, and not long enough. Same old Baba Yaga. I know you missed me. Like winter misses the sun. I see you've made yourself a nice little home here, stirring up the locals. Jealous, are you? I recall that was always your favorite game. It was never a game to me, which is why I'm better at it than you. I'd say you never change, but that's not exactly true, now is it, my old friend? I see you've certainly changed, Leshy. I miss the old look. What a pretty stag you make. Good for luring unsuspecting girls into trouble, no doubt. I don't remember you taking issue with that in the past. But don't worry, this girl of yours knows a thing or two. I'm teaching her well. All your secrets, eh? Hush now, before I get a taste for venison stew. Very well. Let us hope for her sake. She is worthy of us both. As for you, it seems like you handled yourself well enough. There's nothing nature spirits like better than a bit of drama, but Leshy's bark is worse than his bite. Although his stench outranks both those things. I don't know why he can't have a bath once in a while. I need to leave before my nose drops off my face in protest. I shall see you soon, I'm sure. Oh, but before you leave, you should talk to Leshy about what shall become of the Lumberjacks. He might not care, but there are those in town who will. Even fools have loved ones. Okay. I have completed the Leshy's trial. Baba Yaga told me to talk to him about the Lumberjacks. Do you want to know about those Lumberjacks who dared defile my most sacred realm? If you ask me, they are perfectly fine where they are. That way they will not do any more harm. At least not to the forest. Let them wither away, I say. But in the end, righting their wrongs was your doing. And so I'd say their fate is in your hands. I do love to allocate responsibilities. So, young human, what do you wish their fate to be? I'm sure they've learned their lesson. Free them. I expected as much. You are a little soft young human. I hope this will not be your undoing. You should talk to them, make sure they truly mend their ways. They will be confused at best, and at worst, well, that's your problem now. Okay, game, you need to stop asking me to save in the middle of dramatic moments. Because it also seems to be almost random times. Okay. Lumberjacks. I will see you back at the house. The mist is gone. I can finally see my way home. Was this your doing? Thank you. I need to find something to eat. I'm starving. I'll have to get back to work tomorrow. Need a moment to gather my wits, then I'll head back to the village. I don't know how many guys I'm looking for. Oh, look at the pretty lurches coming up where we threw the pine cones. Okay, there's another one. Any stuff on this cart for me? Alas. Anatoly, I can see clearly. Did you free me? I swear if I see another log or cart again, I'm going to go and live in a cave. You can have this. I won't be needing it anymore. I have an axe. I need a moment to gather my wits. Then I'll head back to the village. Alrighty, tidy lefty loosey. I don't know how many guys there are. Let's hope it's just these three. What happened? I can't remember a thing. I just know I need to get away from this place. Take this. I don't wish to see it anymore. We should talk again. I'll be waiting in the village center for you, near Bogdan's cart. Okay. That sounded like a quest updating. The Lumberjacks told me to find them in the village. Okay, so we have all the Lumberjacks. The only quest not listed as solved is the Smiling Hive, which might be glitched. Let's go back to the village, and then I might try saving and reloading. One, because if something is glitched, that'll give it a chance to fix itself. And two, that'll mean I'll have more options for harvestables before we move on. What can I say? I am a simple being. Or a simple being, you tell me. Alright, so over by Bogdan's cart, I did manage to afford to, I did things in a slightly different order, and that let me purchase all of the salt and flour from Bogdan's cart. I'm less concerned about the decor items because, you know, we find things at random. I wouldn't want to purchase something from Bogdan just to, you know, find it. Hey, come over here, won't you? We wanted to talk to you. We wanted to properly thank you for what you did. I don't even really know what happened. I felt like I was losing my mind until you came along. If it were not for you, we would still be trapped in that accursed mist. We owe you our very lives. I know you'll continue on your travels soon, so this is something for you to remember us by. A tapestry of a lumberjack, thank you. Oh, a really pretty set of temple rings. I like goats, but Dita, I like goats, but after a while, everything smells like goats. Everything. That is true fact. I don't really want to go back to work anymore, but I guess it can't be helped. Still, thank you. Maybe you could find new work? Thank you, I really mean it. You won't see me near another tree if I can help it. Come on, let me get the last guy. I swear looking at logs or carts is making me nauseous. Believe me, I'll not be going near a logging site again. I may return to Kopnik. I haven't seen my family in a while. Well, good for you if you choose to. Hi. My brother returned home because of you. Know you have our thanks, young one. Alright. Goodbye. Alright. I am going to save. I'm going to quit the game. And then I'm going to come back just in case there's a glitch going on and this may potentially reset the Smiling Hive quest line. And then after that, we'll do a quick run around for forageables and move on to the next village and see whatever is about there. Alright, all of our quests are solved. Okay, his goods did not reset. We're going to go try talking to the Ludki one last time. And then we will potentially move on. So, back to what I was talking about before all of this. So we have this thing where Russian folklore is getting back into the wider mainstream and you know, Russian folklore becoming Slavic folklore again in some ways. And Baba Yaga in particular is useful because of her flexibility and her evolution. She has literally been everything. So she starts getting used and people start feeling a way about it. What comes to me, a witch I see. Why did you take the hive? Our plans were once strong and brave, but okay. You know, once we were given breath. That all was from before. It really belongs to the village beekeeper. This hive may be not one of us, but look how much they care. It would not be too much, I think, for man to learn to share. I know you seek a spirit's gift, his favor you do court. Leave this hive and we'll provide an offering of sorts. I will make an offering. The person can come get their own hive and have their own beef with the Lutki. I get the feeling this hive is going to get stolen back and forth a lot. You are a friend who's strong and true. We thank you for your aid. Here, take this gift and now you know the Luki friends you've made. Now find the tree so strong and tall it split the earth in two. Bring honey and an oak tea treat that's soft for teeth to chew. Okay, I got some candle holders. My leaves do twitch with the approach of a witch. Goodbye. Okay, so I left the key, keep the log hive. Rock splitting tree. Okay. Porridge with honey. That is what I need. Alright, we're practically home. And I can show you the changes. It's a slightly different floor plan. And it's still in progress, just as it was before. Yeah, I haven't put out any of our wood piles yet. Oh, but this time we were able to save our chickens. And we have our little burb. Alright. Need to cook porridge with honey. Yeah, we've got 20 salt. I think we have more upstairs. I'm gonna look at that raven coat. I don't know if we're gonna go with a feathered coat. Just because, you know, we're trying to blend a little bit. But it could be awesome. Yeah. I need to put more wood in the oven. Okay. We didn't get the same vest as before, but we got a similar one with red embroidery. I do love this coat. I don't like the cross pieces though. So I think we're going to go back to our lavender coat, and then Baba Yaga gave us this dress. If we take the coat off so you can see it, like, it's so pretty. Now, do we want the simple traditional headband, or do we want the Lumberjacks gratitude headband? I think the red draws out our sash better. But this one looks... I honestly think I like this one better. I just do. Let's put some more wood in the fireplace. Oh, we're gonna have to get some more wood from the chests. I'm gonna have to move this. I'm gonna have to move the boar head. Alas. I also just need to get some more building in the works. We'll give it like 30. Okay. Alright, let's take the food and leave the... Let's go leave the offering, and by the time we do that, the rest should be done cooking. We need the rock splitting tree. Alright, I need to pull up the map. Oh, due south. So it becomes this really funny thing for Baba Yaga, because on the one hand, your Slavs and your Russians in particular are conflicted because, you know, she's being depicted in a way that is drastically different from anything before. Like, there's a book that was written that has Baba Yaga as like an advisory character, sort of. I haven't read the book. It just came up in one of the papers I read. And apparently people were like upset, or at least conflicted, because while Baba Yaga was a favored character in this book, like, she's just beloved by all of the readers, Russian readers are like, why is Baba Yaga offering someone Cheerios? This is weird and wrong. Oh my gosh, it's... Today's cuppa is Bengal Spice by Celestial Seasonings. It is spicy, it is delicious, I love it. It is so good. It is an herbal, which is mostly just spices. Cinnamon, chicory, carob, ginger, cardamom, black pepper, cloves, and nutmeg. It is glorious. Oh, I got a painting of Green Hills. What does that say about the quest? The Smiling Hive. Quest solved. The rock splitting tree. Okay. I think that is everything in this village. So let's go back to our hut. I'm gonna hang up those new art pieces. And I think it'll be time to move to the next village. Oh, we learned how to make bread. It takes 2 flour. 2 flour. Oh, I bet that big old tapestry will fill that space nicely. Okay, it is actually too big. It is. This is an enormous tapestry. Where are we even going to put it? Okay, it barely fits there. So the Lumberjacks have decided to give you a tapestry depicting a man carrying an axe. Not subtle, are they? Got some new candlesticks. I might futz with those later. What was the other thing I really wanted to place? Oh, right, that other painting. Like, I'll go through and do more decorating later. And I want to switch out a table for a different table. We got a new painting. Where is it? Wall decor. So it should be in here. Huh. Oh, it is what it is. We're gonna save. And we are going to move on to the next village. Downstairs to our chicken hut. Our chicken chair in our chicken hut. Hut, hut, go where I say. Okay, are we facing the edge of the map? Okay, we are not. We need to turn completely around. I think we turned a little too far. Okay, that is perfect. Let's move. Yes, I would like to move that. I would like to leave this map and travel onward. Okay, I need to provision us to keep going. Let's give the chicken hut porridge with honey. We'll give Baba Yaga... we'll give Baba Yaga mushroom soup. No, I want the pancake. Okay. This is a new mechanic, by the way. You travel onward. After trudging through swamps for a while, Baba Yaga nods at you. This is a good area to explore. Learning the ropes. You've completed learning the ropes. I have a blueprint for an old chest. Okay. Click any icon on your map to highlight it on your compass. So we have a new village. Let's sit down and see what's what here. Yes, Mr. Kitty, you are very loud. Yeah, I want to switch out this. I want to switch out the table upstairs for a different one. Yeah, this table doesn't sit flat, so I can't put any of the papers on it. I forgot I was going to move the boar's head. I really want to put that painting there. Oh, we got a picture of Lady Midday, which is like the being that I based our Reka on. Right, let's explore the map. Oh no. We got stuck behind the door. Let's use the other door. That one scares me now. Alright. Let's go behind the house and we'll start on the edge of the map. So it's kind of this fascinating thing of she's gone from like a literal boogeyman, because the original Baba Yaga was like a figure, a specter of death. Like I can't find any record that she was any kind of psychopath. So more of like Hades than a Grim Reaper, I guess. Like it is so old that there's literally, we don't know. There's no way to know what she was before. But then she keeps evolving and she stays relevant. And, you know, deity figures that old, they get lost to time. Like, we find stone carvings in a cave somewhere and we're like, we think this is a god. Based on the way everybody's acting, we think this one is a god of some kind. But, like, Baba Yaga is as old as those referenced paint of those Neolithic art pieces almost. And she's still around and she still has a name and we still know all of these details about her. But now she's like appearing in video games because she can do what you need her to. She can do what you need her to do. I was talking about how she's appeared in multiple video games that I played like before this. And like, is she the prototype of the crone figure? Like, who knows? She could be. Is she the old, like, probably not. Crones are like deeply, deeply old symbology. Maiden, Mother, and Crone is like deeply, deeply old. But it's so fascinating the way that she's now like a boogeyman on TV or a quest line in a video game. Like, she was the name you feared to say in the dark, lest you summon her. And now we're playing a video game where she is teaching us how to be a witch. Mushies, give me mushrooms. And it is such an amazing journey. I'm going to do some more looking into like specific Baba Yaga myths because I want to give better references to than she sits in a similar place to Mother Holly, which is a completely different figure. Let me tell you a Mother Holly story because I don't have a specific Baba Yaga one outside of references I've read about her. Like, why are we getting Wolfsbane? What do we need Wolfsbane for, game? Demand that you tell me. I demand to know. Oh, we'll find out when we find out, I suppose. But, like, there's a modern fantasy writer, Mercedes Lackey, who has used Baba Yaga in multiple stories. She keeps appearing in video games. Like, there's... On my computer right now, I want to say I've got 4 Baba Yaga themed games. Because I've got Reka, I've got Black Book. I'm not going to go through my whole Steam library. But she's undergoing this fascinating cultural renaissance. And it only seems to be picking up steam. Because she did not enter the zeitgeist outside of, like... She didn't leave Russia, really, until 91. And it's 2025, and this crazy, obscure Russian death goddess, cum fairy tale, cautionary tale, cum a wise advisor figure, cum potential ally, potential threat, is everywhere. It's so incredibly cool to think about. How are we doing on ringing this map about? Thank you, Wild Wheat. And she keeps getting reinvented because, like, the closest she came in stories to being helpful is, you know, she might overwork you for a while, and in exchange for her having overworked you, you won't get in trouble for stealing something from her that you need. And now, the oldest video game I know of with her is the one I referenced, which the Quest for Glory games came out, and I want to say the early 90s. Like, let's do a quick Google. Quest for glory, so you want to be a hero. This game came out in 1989, so it's kind of shocking that Baba Yaga is in it at all. And in that story, she is an antagonist. She's an antagonist with something you need, but still, if you don't play your cards exactly right, she turns you into a frog and eats you. Like, you have got to get through multiple challenges to acquire a magical item from her, and if you do it wrong, you have to reload from your last save. I think we're almost back to our chicken hut. Get all those mushrooms. Compared to the one we reloaded from, there's our chicken hut. Okay, we've completely rung the map. And I think we're going to call this here. But to think that Baba Yaga has gone from a figure of true fear and ominous apprehension to granny-like figure who's teaching us how to do magic while we cover the back porch and chickens is quite the journey. So thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry for that hiccup. I am sorry. Let's snuggle a chicken. Let's cuddle a chicken for the outro. Thanks for sticking with me after that incredible bumble that the update caused. I hope not everyone has to deal with that after the update. But I hope you enjoyed this. The conclusion of the Leshy storyline is honestly one of my favorite things I've seen in this game so far. And I've put in some hours on this game. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed like taking a more like scholarly look at the elements of a video game, let me know, because I can incorporate that more. Like even in The Sims, there's plenty to examine there in terms of history, in terms of social cues, in terms of like, we can nerd this whole channel up if we want to. And I have more to say about Baba Yaga. I mean, if we get into the depths of the symbology behind like Baba Yaga and like who she is and who she was, there's a lot of cool stuff still there to plumb. So let me know if that is something you are enjoying. In the meantime, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, a comment, maybe even subscribe to bring you back for more witchy indie games. Have a happy time zone wherever in the world you are, and I will see you guys next time.